Hello and welcome to our channel Twinflames Embrace. We are Twinflames in union, Paco and
Deb. Hi. And in today's videos, as you see for the topic, is I'm in a same-sex union, like twin flame union. Like, what do I do? And that's a very normal question, especially if you were not expecting to find your twin flame being in a different body that the polarity they represent or were incarnate. That's the word I was looking for.
In a twin flame union, it's always there is
a divine masculine and divine feminine, regardless of the body they are in.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very important to get clear on who is who and not get carried away by what the outside looks like. And like when I started my journey, like I'm gonna jump a little bit into my experience.
Yes, do that.
So like when I started my journey, I was under the belief that this person who was a man, basically, was my twin flame. And as I embraced the teachings of Chef Enchelia and I started doing my inner work with the mirror exercise, this person started revealing itself or himself as a false twin flame. And at the same time, God was inviting me to explore whether Paco was my twin flame or not. And like the very first time that God invited me to explore this, Paco wasn't really how do you say this? Claim his divine masculinity. Like
no, I was not.
You didn't even know that you were a divine masculine.
No, I had to. Even I know it all my life.
Yeah.
I was very afraid of seeing the truth here, and I had to heal through a lot of fear to live my truth. And so I acted always like a woman, but in my heart I always felt like a man. And so I appeared on the outside like a woman.
Yeah, like when I met Paco, he was actually Cornelia back then. And God was like, at this point said, what if Cornelia was your twin flame? And God was kind of like testing me, that the journey was testing me whether I would choose something that looked like what I wanted or if I was gonna choose what I truly wanted. And I remember like I had my blocks. I wasn't very happy with the idea of my man being in a woman's body. But I kept doing my inner work and healing. And at the end of that kind of like inner conversation I was having within myself, I realized that I actually didn't care. What I wanted was the truth. And that was enough for the time being. A couple of months later, God again, and yet Paco didn't claim his full self yet, so he was still Cornelia to me. God again, what if Cornelia is your twin flame? And at this second time around, I explored this with my coach, and I felt like we had a special connection. Maybe we were like kind of kindred spirits, but not really twin flames. But that was enough. Like I was still open to explore this. And a couple months later, Paco had already kind of stepped fully into his divine masculine and claimed himself as the divine masculine in the union, and started.
What feels very good for me. I never felt so. I felt the joy of. I never felt alive. I felt never alive really, and now I feel the joy of life.
Yeah.
Being my true self.
And yeah, it's really tasty when you do that. But we are gonna get to that later. So after Paco actually embraced his truth self like 100% and started his trans transition, this is when we actually were able to reveal each other as twin flames. We were like again healing, of course, along our journeys, but it wasn't up until this point that, at least on my side, I was able to receive this truth. And I wasn't happy when I received the news. Like when we got into a call, we compared our love lists. I could feel certain blocks come up in our call, but it was very clear he was my twin flame. There was no question of a doubt. And I had to process a lot, and it took me a while. I also had the help of my coach and Jeff. Like I was taking classes with Jeff at the time, and he was extremely helpful in healing this big piece in our union for me to be able to receive Paco fully. And it was basically, again, like getting very clear on what is it that I truly desire. Did I want it, like I want something that looked like what my desire is, or the actual truth? And it's like, it was very important to give myself the space to explore these feelings and heal through them and find my peace there, and not rush myself simply because I felt like I was expected to say yes right from the get-go or anything. Like, it's completely safe if you find out that your twin flame is in a body that doesn't align or matches their polarity, and you suddenly live your whole life like I did, dating men and believing that you will find a man. Well, in truth, I did find a man. It was simply not in the appropriate body. But that can be easily fixed. There are steps that any person can
who
take.
You decide to,
that's up to, exactly. It's up to each and everyone to decide what they want. And
exactly.
How they want to go about it, heal through it, take each step from a place of peace.
Yes.
This is kind of like the best advice I can give you. Not forcing anything, and it's okay if you suddenly realize after, well, in my case, 37 years, that the person you've actually been looking for didn't quite look like you were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's totally fine. Be honest with where you're at on your journey. Be compassionate with yourself in this process. You don't have to say yes and jump right into it if you don't feel comfortable with that just now.
Because I when I had the realization that I am the divine masculine, I did a lot of inner healing about that, because I all my life I felt not really
like you didn't feel like you were actually a woman.
I didn't know what was going on, but I never felt really good in my skin. And with the mirror exercise and the inner healing work I did, when I came to this point where I saw the truth of my true being, I felt like a fruit which is ready to
be taken and eaten.
And so it felt very juicy to just be honest to myself and see, because I loved everything completely and fully. All the experiences I had all my life are kind of acting like a woman, and I healed through it completely. And so I was able to receive my true self in a very peaceful and loving way. And so
like loving who you are.
Yes, I just loved my true self, and so I lost through all blocks to my true self, like to my true twin flame.
Yeah, and it actually, like, that part of your healing made it easy for me to accept you too, because twin flames are one consciousness. We heal together. And he was doing this part. I had no idea he was my twin flame at that moment. But when we reveal each other, even though I had like a lot to process, like I shared just now, the fact that Paco had this part already handled made it easier for me to surrender to it. And it was just this last layer that needed to be peeled, the one that I worked through with Jeff in a class. And after that, it was really easy to come into union. We started talking every day almost. We had like our Zoom calls. We started getting clear. And within like 2 months of revealing each other, we were already living together. And so like doing this work is really helpful and very powerful. And it, again, I don't think I can say this enough. It's okay if you feel like you need to take some space to process, if this comes as a surprise. It doesn't matter if you're a divine feminine in a masculine body, vice versa. If your twin flame is in a different body too, if both are like in a different body.
Trust your heart here.
Yeah, exactly.
Your heart shows you always the truth. We always come to the truth in our heart
first. Yeah.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Like there is a reason why we manifested this, and like the more healing we keep doing,
yes,
the clearer it gets that it was the most compassionate for us in
as
our union.
Yes, as Twinflame.
Yeah, exactly. Like there were certain traumas that weren't, how do you say this, resolved, and so there are things that Paco experienced in his life by walking as a woman that actually makes it very easy for me to feel comprehended and feel safe around him. And it's like it doesn't take from a union, it actually gives more to it. And I think this is like one of the most wonderful aspects of being together with you. It's like, it makes it so much easier in those places where we feel we are still kind of like tender or still very hurt. And like, so if this is your experience, or this is what's happening to you in your twin flame journey, know that it is completely safe. You are completely supported. You can do this. We highly encourage applying the teachings of Chef and Shelia. This is what has helped us immensely in overcoming these blocks and being able to be together and enjoy the relationship we've been desiring our whole lives. Because like I've been dreaming of you since as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I dream all my life about my true
love. I wouldn't be able to settle for anything less. Like I gotta be completely honest. Even as I was moving through these blogs, it's like, okay, but I would rather be with a man, like an actual man, and like, yeah, but inside there's nothing. It doesn't feel good. I don't really want that. It's like, I don't really care. What I want is you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So, I don't know, like if you feel like sharing anything else. I feel complete on my part.
I feel complete.
So, if you need any support in moving through this experience or any experience that you're having in your twin flame journey, we would love to support you. We are Ascension, like certified Ascension coaches, and you can check our services in our website, twinflamesembrace.com. You can find the link below. And we will.
Thank you for watching the video.
Yeah,
and
see you
stay safe, and we see us soon.
Yeah,
in the next.
Bye.
Bye.